everybody, thanks for wandering back out to the Digital Hermitage. I'm the Hermit, you can call me Hiccup, and this is my buddy Timely Crow. Thanks for coming to check out the Fogbreaker Fortress build that I made for the Valheimians Mistlands build contest. Boy, that's a mouthful.
I was gonna say.
Alright, I had to do a retake of that, everybody, because I've definitely tongue-tied myself the first time. But anyway, awesome reviews and comments on the actual build itself. And I know the video was a little short. I had to keep it under 10 minutes to fit it in with the Mistland build contest requirements, and I did 9 minutes and 59 seconds. So Valheimian mods, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I had to show it all off as much as I could. Anyway, lots of the comments were asking for like not asking for a walkthrough, but they were asking for more pictures, or some people felt lost during the flybys, which I understand. I tried to fit as much as I could in the 10 minutes, but we're actually going to do my usual walkthrough here that I would have put on the end of the video, and Timely's going to come hang out with me because this is a big build and I wanted the company.
I used to be a little kid, and now I'm a Viking again.
Now you are a Viking, a hooded Viking. Why do I feel like that hood is so appropriate for this Mistlands too?
Oh yeah, oh for sure. Yeah, it definitely fits the aesthetic.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and do our walkthrough. I'll show you what the build's all about. Let's go ahead and see what everything looks like from the feats, from our feats.
From the feeds.
I really had fun making these signs. I always have fun making hanging signs, and I love the space between them too. Like they're, I don't know, like I imagine like, you know, chains or string hanging them and holding them.
Yeah, and good use of the this pillar right here. I mean, I know that it goes along with everything else, but I really, whenever I saw the build the first time, I kind of just assumed, I don't know, I just like took it at face value, and I thought, I was like, oh, like that. I'm trying to think of how to put this, but on closer inspection, you've got three build pieces right there, kind of jetting into it.
Oh, and, yeah, up top, yeah.
That, I don't know, just it looks really organic. That's cool. It's good.
That's what I like to go for. I really like to make my builds seem like they're part of the landscape, or make them seem like it's something that you could find just by wandering around in the game naturally in vanilla. Like, I don't want to make something too modern or too out of place or anything. These are cool. I haven't messed with these at all. This is stuff we'll get into when I actually make it to the Mistlands. I just put them there because apparently that's what they do. They just absorb sap.
No, that's really cool. It's you know, kind of like grounded in a way. But
right?
The just walking in like this, and I saw those under this. What is this? The game tells me it's ancient armor.
It's a helmet. If you come and look at it from this side, it's actually, yeah, it is a giant old helmet, which is awesome.
That's really cool.
Super grand entrance. I worked a long time. The only thing that was here when I started this build, and you can tell kind of, it were the bottom of this left side of the bridge, and then like the two middle piece supports, because they have the moss still growing on them. That was the only thing that I found here when I first found this spot, and it just seemed so perfect. This giant bridge extending across this valley. I was just like, oh yeah, here, this has to happen. But that was it. That was the only piece that was actually here before I got started. Were these two big middle center pillars of the main bridge up there. Yeah, I made everything else. I made this little curved staircase and all these supports underneath it.
It's just really, I just admiring the aesthetic, this blue light on this this stone. I just really like it. Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with the blue lights. In order to get the mist to pull back, because usually the mist would absorb everything, I found these demisters that you can spawn in the command codes, and you can use these wisp torches, and I've got a couple of them set up throughout the base, but they don't pull the mist back as much. I use the demister larges, and I kind of like worked them into the pillars. If you come down here, you can actually see some of the glow coming out from the bottom of this support for the bridge, and I've like spawned a demister in there.
That's cool.
Yeah, without those there, you really wouldn't see anything because the mist is so thick out here. You really wouldn't see any of this because the base is so sprawling.
Right.
I think this is the only other thing outside the main gate, and I didn't really even intend for it. I just like put this up here for a barrier to keep monsters out and stuff. And then they just had some cool like mage cap mushrooms up here that I thought were cool. I kind of like captured those in their own little space. Hello, little rabbit.
That's a hare.
It is a hare.
Cap. Cool.
Now he is a dead hare. Sorry. Just gonna constantly keep spamming that kill enemies button so we don't get interrupted. Had a lot of fun with this fencing too. I love this new iron fence, this new like iron grating that we have to work with. I kind of sunk it into the ground and just kind of made some cool fencing with the iron pole. I thought it looked really cool.
Oh, it does look, yeah. Oh, that's rad.
I tried to stick with like mostly whatever is, you know, found in the Mistlands. I didn't want to build too much with build pieces outside of like this biome. Like you're not going to see a lot of the like dark wood. What's it called? The dark wood with like the spiral kind of spinning.
Oh right, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Let me pull it up. I'm drawing a blank on its name. Oh yeah, Darkwood. No, this stuff. Yeah, like you're not gonna see a lot of that around here and other stuff from different biomes. I really wanted to make this seem like it was just a Mistlands build. Oh, here's one. This is that demister I was telling you about.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me tell you how many times I had to spawn that in on top to get it to fit perfect. Because when you spawn it in, it just kind of does it like a certain distance away from you. And it took so many tries to get it. And I still don't think that's like perfectly centered, but it was close enough for me.
Well, from back here, I mean, that just looks rad.
Right. I had a lot of fun making the little like, I guess it's a fountain? I don't know. I love overlapping and building into things. I also love building like down into stuff. And I don't know. It's just so nice.
Cool.
Before we go up the bridge, we've got the farm out here. It's super simple, and you can't. Apparently, you can't grow everything out here. Uh-oh, let me go turn that off.
I was just trying to turn off there. Like, that's funny.
Yeah, I'll have to shut those down.
I was like, what is happening?
Got the wards up everywhere.
That's funny.
You can't grow everything out here. Apparently carrots and weeds don't want to grow out here, but the turnips and the mage cap and these little blooms do. What are these called? These are Jotun puffs.
Jotun puff.
Sound like a cereal.
Yeah, I was gonna say balanced breakfast right there.
Seriously though, and because we had to use a lot of the demisters, and that's like blue light to get all this mist and fog out of the area, I did kind of like stick with the blue light aesthetic down here. Which is cool. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but yeah, you get a lot of blue light aesthetic down here, but as soon as we go up the bridge, you'll notice I left the blue lights behind and went back to natural lighting because the mist does not rise up as high. You can actually get up above the fog and everything in the Mistlands pretty easy. Anyway, yeah, super simple little farm. Couple of nice little like windmill things. I really liked the positioning of the windmills here for some reason.
Yeah.
Just looked really good. Also, just for my own sake, I really loved making the roofs of a lot of these structures. Like, I love the blockiness. I love the jankiness. I love the I don't know. I just really like the way it turned out. All of them.
Oh, this would be a good spot for a ziggurat. Good build pieces for a ziggurat.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Being able to like just vertically build up at slants that hard. I don't know. I just had a lot of fun. I really liked the blockiness of it, the heaviness of it, and I really was determined to make all of my roofing black marble too. I did not want to go and use any classic roofing or any of the dark wood roofing. I really wanted this to be a solid stone build, you know?
Yeah.
Tiny little garden over here just because. But yeah, the inside of this thing was really fun to build. And these blue hanging jute pieces are actually really cool too. I sunk a lot of them into a lot of different places all over the place just to give everything a really different look and go with that blue lighting that we have down here everywhere.
Yeah.
And I kind of considered this building kind of like a storage thing. Like there's a lot of storage, but this place has a ton of storage, and it just seemed like I always make my bases a little less. I need to make more themed bases. A lot of my bases are really utilitarian, and I like them to function well. And in my opinion, this is what I would do if I was playing. I would just want to immediately run here and offload anything I didn't want to bring up to the castle, you know?
Yeah. That's a good point. It's
just all a bunch of storage and decoration in here. Tons of leftover stuff. I tried I tried not to be as cluttery as I usually am. I wanted this to look a little more open and grand in a lot of places, but I did get a little carried away in here, just throwing up as much as I could on these shelvings. Also, really love this build, these build pieces because of the 2x2x2 stone that you can use for black marble, and I used a lot of that on the outside. Which let me put in like one little piece on the bottom and the top and made these cool inset shelves everywhere, which I'm just in love with these build pieces. And then pulling the little shelving out at the bottom to make my little countertops and some glass. I don't know, it came out really cozy, and I really like the center. Again, I got a little fountain thing there just going up and releasing the smoke up top. It just came out really well. I really like this spot.
Yeah, nice use with the glass, by the way. Like, I just noticed, I was like, oh, that looks like, why is that so shiny? And I was like, oh, it's because it's glass.
It is glass.
Oh,
it's not
really
a whole
cool.
lot.
What's kind of neat about this build, for me at least, is that this is like a nice little preview of the Mistlands. Like, it's kind of like seeing one of Iron Gate's videos where they're like, ooh, look what we have here, and I'm like, ooh, what's that? What's that?
Oh, I felt the same way when I was messing with them in the video before this one and this one. I was just like, oh, I can do what? I can make what? And just, I don't know, it's just so much fun. The Mistlands are going to be so exciting to get to, like, naturally. I'm kind of intimidated. Also, just want to say, it was a pain in the butt. Shaping the ground in Valheim is awesome, and you can definitely do it, but it is a pain in the butt. This road came out really well for me, but it definitely took some doing. Okay, the staircases. Every staircase in this build is a technical nightmare, and I tried to use as little iron as possible. If you look above us, there is some iron grating underneath the bridge here, and that design was like that. When I got here, that's just how it was built here in the vanilla Valheim world, and that's pretty cool. And I tried to use as little of that as possible. I admit there is some in the upper staircases, but in this staircase, there is zero. There is no iron supporting this staircase at all. It was close enough to this hill and close enough to the ground where I really didn't have to do it. It made me feel really good. There is iron running underneath the whole length of the bridge just to keep up that pattern. I really did want to, like, match the vanilla bridge pattern as much as I could. And I just really liked it. I don't know. I also just love walking down this bridge and looking up at the build, because I just feel like this is like a good angle.
This right here has, oh man, this is crazy.
What's up?
Just the many different, so when I'm walking this way, like if I'm pointed in this direction here, this has some, like, I don't know, just this the lighting. It I want to say it looks. This really does just look like a designed, like it was. You could fit this into an RPG. It's so cool. Like like I said, you're coming home from an adventure. You're walking up. I could imagine like hearing music coming from the upper right area. But then I turned around to walk this way, and I guess the sun was setting. Yeah, it's not there anymore, but there was like this like the sky was glowing purple, and you've got these nice, kind of like what you said. You've down there, I can see the blue, the blue lights, but as you've gone up, you've transitioned into these more yellow lights. That really helps. It's just really enjoying it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool, though. I really appreciate that. That's cool. I like that it seems like something you could just, like, like a hub in an RPG. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, like I could. This wouldn't be like the first like area that you're in, but it is one that you would journey to and be like, whoa, like where am what's going to be in here? So I'm sure this place is going to be filled with like quests and NPCs, or maybe you have to either you have to repopulate it, refurbish it, or something. It's just looks really organic.
Yeah, super simple little ballista defense, and as far as I can tell, this thing is automated, which is kind of a mixed bag for me. I don't want it. I want to be able to sit in it and shoot things, but automation is cool too, I guess. I mostly just like the appeal of it. Like, that is an awesome thing to just like set up for defense. Like, it looks cool. Little ballista. Thing's awesome.
Ballista, interesting ballistas.
Up here we just got storage. I always like making some storage area, make things look like we're coming back to use them. And I don't know if anyone noticed, but I did make it rain on all this to give it kind of a worn look. And I did take an axe to all this black marble to make it look unrefined.
Oh, look at that.
I think that's probably hard to see in the video, but like you smash all these and they get a little busted and a little wonky, and they just look a little unrefined. Like, we're gonna use them later, but they're not ready, you know?
Yeah, this does look, this looks like a work in progress area, but like on purpose. Like this is, there's some building supplies here.
Oh yeah. Some little out jut here and a little resting room back here. Nothing fancy. I always thought this one little spot looked a little bit like a wolf or like a dog face. If you come out here and like zoom the camera out. I don't know. Nice little sitting area. I like this spot.
Yeah.
Alright, now we get into the real cool spots. The decorated... I love this area right up through here. Just this I don't know, this feels like the courtyard. You know, to me, this whole area, even though it's kind of empty and open, it still feels like a very busy courtyard. Nice little sitting area up there, some wagons over here, carts to pull. But my main thing for this was this little fountain. Can I call it a fountain? Like a bonfire? I don't know. I just had so much fun building this.
Cool. Yeah.
Putting the mushrooms in, half sinking things. Yeah, that's what I did here again too, guys. I'll show you real quick. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm not looking hard enough, but I never see people do stuff like this where, like, a normal block would come up this high. But like I just take and sink them halfway to get that kind of, like, I don't know, in between look. I love it. I love it so much. Oh yeah. Go back down here.
Cool use of these arches to make these little windows. That's neat.
Yeah, at first I think I had it the same as the bridge, where it was just like on foot, on par with you, but up here I wanted to raise it a little bit more, and yeah, it comes up to like perfectly sit with the Valheimian face. Like, it's perfect. You can look down a little bit and see beneath you. Kind of, there's some rock in the way, but I like to build into the scenery. I really do love building into the landscape. Got a workshop building right here. This is should be a fully functional workbench. Nice little sitting area.
Yeah.
You can look out and see. I love this area because you can look out and see down beneath us and see all the lights and the farm and stuff.
Yeah.
Just looks good. Just looks good. Super decorative, fully functional. Got that up to level 5. I think 5 is the max still. Unless there's some new Michelin pieces I overlooked, but I don't think I did. I tried to use just about everything. This is just the cartography room, so I put a bunch of like treasures and yeah, just simple stuff in here. Treasures and gold and, the cartography table itself, but really had fun with the windows in here and just the shape. I just love the shapes, like all the shapes and buildings that you can make. Like, I really tried to have like a theme, but I ended up like kind of making each building a little unique. I just couldn't help myself.
Yeah, it's definitely themed, but like you said, yeah, it's these all seem to fit. They just fit their respective places really well.
Yeah, had so much fun. Again, I did the same thing here with these sunken shelving pieces. You can look on the back and see that it's actually built out, but on the inside we've got it kind of built in on the bottom and the top with the shelves in the middle. I just love that sunken feel. Oh yeah, sneaky little outcrop out there.
Just stuff like this. This is really adds, like, this is the only reason for this would be for some nice role playing.
Right.
So like you can just see down. It's a nice shot of those windmills. That looks great.
Yeah, it's nice stuff. I like it. It's cozy. Back here's I call this the embarkation area. Probably put in some more portals if you really needed it. I just left it at 2 because I thought it looked clean. Like, again, I tried to make this not so Hiccup cluttery. Tried to make it pretty pristine. Did use a couple of demisters out there just to kind of increase the view a little bit, but you can see the fog still rolling in on the side there. But man, I just love that. I love the colors. I love the trees off in the distance. Just the view here is fantastic.
And yeah, I can see another bridge out there, like a.
Yeah, so I had 2 of those. Yeah, about two pillars and 2 little sections of the bridge out here, and that's what was here before I got here. And I was like, oh yeah, something's got to happen here, you know. And I loved that bridge look so much. I really wanted to use it.
Yeah. Huh.
Heck yeah, that's pretty much the lower courtyard area. I had a lot of fun spiraling up this mountain. I really did want to incorporate as much of it as possible, and thankfully all the build pieces really let me do it. Really like all this empty space underneath the upper area.
Where did you start building? Did you start like was it bottom, top to bottom?
Yeah, here I'll show you.
Hodgepodge?
I'll show you. I'm probably I'll fly around for a sec, so I might leave you, but I feel like I started about right here. This was
Okay.
Yeah, and then I started on the bridge, and I connected the bridge this way, and then I built this courtyard over to these buildings, and then I kind of used the staircase and started spinning up. So yeah, it definitely went from bottom to top.
Okay.
I
I
think
was trying to get a feel of like how just like the process of
right.
yeah.
The lower area
it's
down
like,
there, the courtyard, or not the courtyard, but the garden and the farm and all, that was actually last. The last thing I did was hook the bridge and the staircase down and spiral it down, and then build all the garden and the building down there. So all of that was last, actually, but I did start with the bridge, and then I built it over to this mountain, and then yeah, kind of like spiraled my way up from the top. I actually think I did everything flat first too. So like I built this flat courtyard area, and then I started building the stairs, and I kind of built like the flat base structure of everything, and then I started adding walls and ceilings.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which, you know, if you guys have watched my build throughs, you know that's how I work anyway. I always like to get the foundation, and then we'll mess with the walls, and then the ceiling. It's just a process I go through. And I really loved this extra space underneath all of this, though. Like, for some reason, this really just made it for me. Like, I could have built it solidly down and just had it be completely solid, but I really wanted it to be open, you know? I thought I'd do more flyby stuff, but going in and out and underneath all of this, I just ran out of time in the video.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I just like, you know, thinking of that. No, the leaving that open under there, like it just adds more angles, adds more of these little windows through the build that are. Yeah, it's just a nice aesthetic.
And there's definitely some iron in that flooring. It's got some good supports around it and in the center, but I think there are a couple of iron grates leaning out from the middle on each side, kind of just creating like a little plus sign to give a little support, mostly for the ceiling, because the ceiling up there was really tricky.
Yeah.
Tried not to use too much iron in the ceiling itself, but I did use it down here in the bottom flooring pieces. But yeah, now we begin the true ascent. Kind of a nice little sitting area here, nothing super special.
Yeah, and more. I don't know. I mean, like, if this happened a lot on accident or what, but just the this sitting area is such a great view of the bridge, of again that little farm area.
Yeah.
Is just that's wonderful.
It's nice. I could not put it here. Like, I did have the staircase going up and angling right here, and I was just kind of like, I need something here, because it does. You're right. It fits perfectly past this little rised kind of entranceway up to the courtyard. It just sits off to the right of it so perfectly that you can see down there, and it's so nice.
And looking at that, yeah, you can see you can see it jutting out. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, it's one of my favorite parts. All these inverted angled pieces to add like little angled supports underneath everything. Like, just it gives everything so much weight. Again, staircase, technical nightmare. All that was pretty easy that we just walked through because it was like in the cliff and really easy. But like once you get out here, if you look off to the edges, like it's built up pretty good, and it's a technical nightmare. But it was fun. It wasn't extremely difficult. It was just really tricky, and it eventually worked, and I got a nice little pattern out of it. Yeah, I don't know. It just came together really well.
Looking good. Looking good.
I love this outdoors sitting area right here. This is probably one of my favorite parts because I feel like everyone's gonna love this little fireplace because it's standalone. Like you don't need anything else. This is all by itself. You are getting let me turn this off. You are getting comfort, shelter, and fire right here. The fire is completely contained. The way that the iron is set up, it's letting the smoke out the back real easy. I don't know, I just thought this was a really cool little design, and it's so compact. You could take this with you anywhere and set it up easy. You could do it with normal stone, too, pretty well, I think.
Huh. Yeah, and I've always liked the look of whenever the fire in this game lets the smoke out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... I've played with some mods before that have smokeless fires, and it's not that those are... I don't mind them, but I always do miss the look of the smoke traveling up. It just adds, I don't know, just adds a bit of hominess to the game.
It does. Also love this couch. This is probably, I know I've made like my own seats in the game before, but for some reason, just the way that the angles work on this one, I really love this little couch.
Yeah, and cool use of the, I like these drapes, these curtains.
Yeah, they're the blue jute curtains now, or drapes. Yeah,
Huh.
they look really good. Yeah, moving on. This is the I think it's the enchanting magic area. There's a lot of things in here that I don't know about yet, and I don't know how to use. I just kind of plopped them in here for look and for feature. But man, there's some cool stuff now. There's apparently mage staffs and magic, and I guess this is an enchanting table of one kind or another with little rune table. I don't know what's going on in Valheim, but it makes me so excited to get here. Like, I'm so excited to finally make my way to the Mistlands in my Season 3 playthrough and get here, because what is going on in the Mistlands? This place is crazy.
This is a fun, just turning the corner, like, you know, going from, again, like the color changes each time. Like, I was walking up here, and then you're hit with this vibrant fuchsia, this purple, I don't know, but this is a great room.
Yeah, I really like this one. I like the pillars around the sides too. Got like those nice pointed peaks. The roof is really cool here for me. I really like the way that the roof came out and the way the smoke leaves the roof. I'm gonna go ahead and fly out there and show everybody the roof a little bit. Yeah, this roof came together really well. I should build you a staircase. You want a ladder? You want to come up and see the roof? I really love this roof.
Yeah.
I just had a lot of fun making kind of all of this stuff, man. It just all came together so well. Is that gonna be enough? Go. But yeah, no, I feel like this roof came together really well. I really like the flat, heavy roofs too. Like, I tried to do some peaks occasionally, and it just didn't look as good as like a flat, thick, heavy rooftop. I don't know. I just love the way this roof came together. This roof in particular came together so well.
I'm looking at the pieces, just like trying to put this together, and man, the angles on this are super rad.
Right.
And the triangle, it's again, like, I don't know how much of this was like serendipitous, but the triangle is just usually a symbol of it's used a lot in magic and such, so it's appropriate that you've got, you know, these four atop this mage room.
Oh yeah, okay, that's cool. No, I didn't even think about that. Oh, that's awesome.
Man.
Yeah, I love the way this one came out. It came out so well. And the other really cool part about this build, come on down, I'll tear those ladders out from under you. Wow. The other really cool part about this build for me, and I don't know how I'll show this to... Actually, I think I already showed this to you earlier when I had the actual frame built, but underneath, this is actually like a hovering building, everybody. You can see it. There's actually like a straight up hole underneath. There's a tunnel. It is not a solid brick of a... You can actually, you can see it if you come down here and hop up on one of these and kind of like twist your camera, but I definitely built it so that it's supported out here on these rocks on the outside.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, there's this big gap in the middle, and instead of filling it in, like you were saying, and like we were saying earlier with the bigger base over here, like I really just wanted all of that as open as possible, just to give it kind of this cool, like, built on the mountain kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, came out really well.
Yeah,
I think.
I think I could see someone saying like that this looks very supported, but then upon closer examination, they'd be like, "Wow, this is like a marvel of I don't know, construction of engineering." That's just really cool.
I don't know about go that far. Maybe. I
Not
don't
like,
know.
not like, you know, like I think like in an RPG setting, just somebody being like, man, like just somebody appreciating the architecture of the place. It's really
Right.
cool.
It did come together really well. This is my other one of my other. All these rooms are pretty awesome up here, but I really love this room. This is the blacksmith forging kind of smithing area, and I really wanted it to be super functional. And I got really big into these. My wife Ember said this reminds her of a tooth or a gem, I guess. The way I've got all these windows framed in here. And I really like it. Like, I don't know. They used to be just like perfect little, what was that? Hexagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they used to be little hexagons, but I don't know. I just added in a layer down, and it kind of gave it this flat, more crowned look. And I was just like, yes. And I had to do it. Oh yeah, simple little storage right here, right when you walk in for lots of, you know, coal or smithing or whatever else you're going to be using to make your stuff.
Right.
Always got to have my raised forges, my smelters. Really like the way these came out. Little staircase right in the middle to get up to put stuff in this one. Heck, you know what? Actually, let me fill them real quick. It'll take 2 seconds and we can see everything moving. Yeah, okay, there we go. Now we got them burning. And like they actually do function in here. Like, it looks like the roof is actually pretty close on the left side, but it does vent out. Actually, it doesn't vent. That just goes up and traps it. If I remember correctly, the roof on this is actually completely solid and there is no venting, which is kind of funny. Unless I'm making crap up. Am I making crap up? Nope, I'm not making crap up. None of the roof up here has venting. All the smoke is just trapped because it goes up high enough.
That's funny.
And everything seems to keep pretty functional. The rest of this is pretty decorative, except for that big machine over there. I have no idea what that does. I'm pretty sure that's something we use to make magic with later, which is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, this is all wild. This looks like it's getting steampunkish.
I know, right? I don't even know what to put in this thing to make it work, so I'm not going to turn it on, but we'll get around to it. But and then the center is, well, we'll come back to the center in a minute. Lots of stuff around the outside. Nice little porches, like you were saying. Nice view. I think this is one of my favorite views of the lower areas and bases, is out this little window. It's just yeah, you can just see a lot of it, you know. It just looks really good.
Yeah. Nice red flowing over everything. Huh.
Yeah. Just some displays over here on the outside, just weapons laying down, half-sunk blocks again here just for fun. Some weapons, some armors hanging. It's pretty cool. I really like building this little mage cap table side little planter or whatever. I don't even know what to call it. I just kind of threw it together and it looked good.
Cool. I was gonna say so that's something that you had to like toggle together, not like a build piece.
Yeah. So it's three of the placeable like mounted like what I've got the helmet on right there. Like the what are they actually called? Everybody, I'm drawing a blank on everything today. What are they called? They're called item stands. Yeah, so we've got an item stand there. 3 item stands and 3 mage caps, and then I just put one of the 1 meter little horizontal blocks there to kind of like overlap it. And it just kind of made like a silly little planter. I don't know. I liked it.
Damn.
And then, yeah, this is like the new smithing area for the Misslins, this big thing. This is awesome. And I loved raising it up like this. Like, the other side has the actual normal smithing stuff, and it's all kind of like just cluttered together. And not that I didn't want it to look cool. I've definitely got some cool little layers and levels and like raised stuff going on right here, but I did want to keep it simpler, and I really wanted to make the other side shine a little bit more, and I think I succeeded. I think the other side has this really cool, just kind of like raised, more grand look to it, you know?
Man. Yeah, no, this is it's like a real. I was messing around with stuff like this a while back, but the like you said, having like a section that's raised, just having some vertical some changes in the vertical build, like just while you're in the same room, can add a like you said, it's like a kind of not regal, but just this is an important, like whenever you raise an area like this, it's clearly important. And
yeah,
you can see we've got this new forge here. Like this looks. This is definitely like the I'm trying to think, like the official forging area. That's really cool. It's not just like something someone threw together as like, oh, I just got to get by. I just got to throw something together. You know, like kind of like we're you know in the just back in the Black Forest, or you know this is way more established. This is gonna stay here.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I really like the water cooler too. That's like just a cool, fun thing to play with, and like I could see me putting this down late game in front of like locks and stuff to like pretend that it's like their little drinking troughs or something. That would be fun. The only other thing of note in here for me really were these little tables. I really had fun making these everywhere. It's pretty simple too. I just like over or underlapping things is what I call it when I do things like this, because like this table's built a little differently. You know, normally if you'd snap a little piece down and then put your 1 meter and it snaps a little out. You know, it snaps like that.
Right.
It's just really fun messing around with that sort of stuff. I love to get, you know, that's like how it would normally place, but I like to free place it and just get it underneath it so that it's just really well lined up. And instead of snapping, and again, instead of snapping like onto the end, jeez Louise. There we go. Instead of snapping onto the end like that, or snapping onto the under piece of the wall that we just put in, I again like to like free place it and really get it to like sink in, so that it just becomes this like nice supported table. I don't know, just different. It just looks different, you know. I just feel like you don't see that very often. A lot of people just use the snap, put it together, and that's what it is. And I'm not saying that's bad. I like this look of like it's just got a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They both have their places, but it's so nice to be able to like you said, to have that option to say like, nope, I don't want this to jut out like that. It does look more like like you can just make your own tables.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. One more floor. This place just keeps spiraling up and up and up. And I admit, this staircase was the real nightmare. There is some iron in this one. There's definitely a lot of iron in this one. And it's hard to see the underneath unless you go out and fly. It's really hard to see it. I'll just go ahead and show it to everybody really quick. But yeah, there's definitely some iron here. I think there's a little iron there and definitely some iron here. So I tried to use as little as possible, but I mean, it is, it's definitely a little marvel. This staircase was a pain, but it came together really well in the end.
Man.
Tried not to get too many pieces overlapping,
seeing this
really.
And liking, yeah, I remember I really like this, just the curving of it right here. This is excellent.
Yeah. It was nice. And then we're up here in the main chamber. Again, this is like a really extravagant fort for like one person. I don't know why I do that, but I always build my bases so utilitarian, so just kind of like, this is functional for me.
Yeah.
I swear, in the next couple of build-through episodes, I'm going to try and do more themed stuff. Instead of like fully functional bases, I'm just going to try and do like cool gathering areas or like a themed temple or something. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, a little sitting area outside. I like it. Had fun with the windows too. We've got that tooth design kind of going on again.
Goose.
That's what it reminds me
That
of.
cracks me up.
Looks good. Just looks good. The views out here are just astounding too. Like, especially you just come out this door and like all those trees and mountaintops. Like, I just love that. That looks so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It's awesome. Anyway, and then we have the bedroom. And the bedroom is probably the most cluttery and crazy I got. And I have to say that this bed is the most fancy thing I've ever made. Like, it's got some dark wood in it just because I really did want to step it up and make it look really, really fancy for this build. This bed is like the most extravagant bed I've ever built.
Man. Yeah, it's... yeah.
Did the same thing
This
over
is,
here too. If you can tell, these end pieces here are you know, these end pieces and middle pieces are the same slope. Like they're all this piece right here. They're all this piece. But again, I used that trick of mine just to just to kind of place them in a little deeper, get a little different angle. I just love it. I think it looks so cool. What else? More of those inset shelvings that I just love everywhere. This mortar and pestle is new and pretty cool. I had to build it up on its own little platform, which I think it puts it at like the perfect height. This is how I'm gonna build these from now on. Like,
yeah, no joke. Huh.
Nice little butcher's table over here. This should be a fully upgraded, fully functional cauldron. And this this chimney is actually one of my favorite things too. This chimney design was really cool for me. Just all the angles and everything that happens with it, and like staring back at it. It's pretty cluttery, so it's a little hard to see everything that's going on. Let's see if I can fly around and show everybody just a little bit more of what's happening, but I love it. And then like on the outside too, the just the smoke release up top, super simple. You'd never notice it. Nice little table. I did put a little blue light behind this black marble chair just to give it kind of a... I don't know, I wanted to bring more of the mistlands up here, so I felt like the blue light is very mistlands at this point after dealing with all those demisters and wisp lights and everything. So just you can't see the light itself, but you can see like the reflection of it off the marble and the table a little bit. It kind of gives it this like important corner glow, you know?
I was gonna say this. I wouldn't have thought, like, my brain doesn't say, oh, there's a light behind there. There's a lot of interesting lighting in this room, and that just added to it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And then a simple porch with like one of the best views ever.
And I think I noticed this too. You caught the snow line just at this perfect area. I mean, you've got this nice sheen of white on here.
Yeah, it looks like it's just starting to cover the... It's not as white beneath us, you know? Like, there's a little on these stairs, but yeah, no, you're right. It is, like, perfectly pure white up here. Also love this little... it's gonna sound silly, but I was thinking about me and you playing together when I made this little outdoor table, because it is the tiniest little table. It's about half of the size of everything else, but like this little corner out here, I could see me and you starting so many episodes on some, like right here for some reason. I was just like, dude, this is where me and Timely would hang out. Like,
what's cool about the thickness of this stone is, so I took me a moment to wonder, like, I was like, what is this piece right here? And I was like, oh, it's like a one square piece that's just like jutted halfway into this wall, but the wall is so thick.
Yep.
You've got plenty of room to do that with.
Oh yeah, I play with that kind of stuff a lot. Little rune table over here. Yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much it. That's the whole build. This place is fantastic. I really liked it. I hope it does well in the build competition. We'll see how it does. There are definitely a lot of other incredible builds. I've gone on there and seen the other entries into the Mistlands build contest, and man, like there are some people doing some incredible things out there that I don't know. I think my base is big, and then I see some of the other builds, and I'm like, no, mine's medium. This is medium. Like, medium. You know, like it's crazy, but I don't know. I hope you all enjoyed the walkthrough. I really enjoyed making this build. It was a little stressful, and I was on a little bit of a time frame, but man, I really hope everybody enjoyed it, and thank you, Timely, for coming and hanging out and walking through and just chatting with me about it. I feel like this was much more enjoyable than just me talking, because this one is a big build. There's a lot to say. Do you have any more questions? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked any part in particular, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see how I made any part in particular, let me know in the comments below. I'm trying to get a thing going where if anyone sees any decorations or particular build that they like, I'd like to make a short about it rather than talk about it in a full-length video. So let me know what you want to see in the comments below. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed the build. Fogbreaker Fortress is probably one of the coolest things I've made in a long time, even if it's in creative. This is gonna sound really funny. I don't know if everyone will agree, but like sometimes I can't bring myself to live in something or play in something or like actually use something that I've built in creative mode just because it doesn't feel like I earned it.
Yeah, I hear you. It's yeah, no, it is nice to put something together over time. Like man, this would have taken
forever.
You would have lived in lower parts of this for so long, accruing the materials to eventually make this. But
yeah, no, it would have been ridiculous.
Yeah, this is a nice little crown on the mountain up here. This is wonderful.
It is pretty sweet. Well, all right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and let the episode wrap up right here. I am going to do a slow walkthrough back down the entire build, and we'll play one more song for that so you guys can see that as the video comes to a close just for fun. But me and Time are going to go ahead and sign off right here. I hope you guys enjoyed walking through the build. Again, thank you, Timely, for hanging out with me. Guys, let me know what you thought of the build in the comments below. And yeah, I hope everybody's having a great day. Have a great rest of your day.
And we'll see you in the next episode.